The Prime Minister marked his first year in office, clutching crabs for the camera in Scotland. His leadership was forged in the heat of Brexit, and both he and it have survived the pandemic. Now Boris Johnson is facing growing support for independence in Scotland, and he came to deliver a blunt message.
You know, we had a referendum on breaking up the union a few years ago. I think only 6 years ago. That is not a generation by any computation. And I think what people really want to do is see our whole country coming back strongly together.
In Selkirk, on the Scottish borders, they're only slowly coming out of lockdown. The Conservatives won this constituency from the SNP last year, and 2/3 of the votes in the independence referendum were to stay in the UK.
I think I'll have a gallon steak.
In a busy butcher's shop on the high street, this 27-year-old, who voted for independence in 2014, watched the Prime Minister's message and didn't like it.
Once we had the first one, and that was it, I thought, right, well, we can put it to bed now, sort of thing. But, you know, Nicola Sturgeon seems to be quite adamant that we should be an independent Scotland. So we want to see what she says first and see what she usually put in a good case.
Meanwhile, for the customers,
Yeah, I heard him saying that.
Boris Johnson's message only reaffirmed their divide.
I don't want independence. I think we're better in the UK.
Every country has its own choice, should be able to make their own choice. And who is he?
The reason I've got to wear this mask is because you are all part of one bubble.
The Prime Minister insisted his government's pandemic response has shown the might of the union. But he knows Nicola Sturgeon's SNP look likely to form a majority government in next year's elections, and won't be surprised at her scathing response.
It's not how I would be choosing to spend my time, given what we are facing right now. And, you know, people can make up their own minds about these things. It's about where they think the decisions that we're having to take right now are best taken.
Where's your mask, Boris?
The conflicting messages for Scotland's voters about the union have changed little since 2014. Now, both sides argue the pandemic has strengthened their hand. Gerard Tubb, Sky News.